This is what happens when you don't understand auto layout percentages. And this is what is possible when you do. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 auto layout techniques that separate amateur Figma users from the pros. And honestly, most designers never learn number 3. Look, if you're still manually adjusting every element when your designs need to go from mobile to desktop, you're wasting hours of your life. Auto layout isn't just about stacking things vertically or horizontally anymore. Figma has quietly added some incredible, powerful features that let you build truly responsive designs that adapt like real code without writing a single line. Today we're covering 3 game changers: responsive grid that actually work, percentages-based sizing that makes sense, and feel versus hug logic that'll blow your mind. Let's dive in. First up, grids, but not the boring grids overlay you turn on and off. I'm talking about building actual grid systems that's using auto layout that's respond intelligently. Here's the problem most people run into. They create a container, drop in some block cards like this, and they wonder why everything looks broken when they resize. Watch this. See that? Chaos. The cards stay fixed in place and overlap. Now watch what happens when you use auto layout properly. Step 1. Select your parent container, add auto layout with Shift A. Set this to horizontal wrap. This is crucial. Wrap means items will flow in the next line instead of squishing. Step 2. Here's where it gets interesting. Set up a fixed gap, let's say 24 pixels, between items. This keeps consistent spacing no matter what. Step 3. Each card inside. Give it a fixed width, no fill, no hug, fixed. These cards are 313 pixels wide. Now watch what happens when I resize the parent frame. They flow like magic. 3 columns on desktop, 2 on tablet, 1 on mobile, all from one layout. This is how real grid systems work on web, and now you're got in Figma. But here's the pro move. If you want true responsive behavior within each card, you need to understand percentages, which bring us to the technique number 2. Percentages and sizing logic in auto layout are critically underused. Most designers don't even know these features exist. Let me show you why they're powerful by looking inside one of these block cards. See this card structure? There's intelligent sizing happening at every level. The image at the top, fixed at 240 pixels tall. We want consistent image heights across all the cards, so fixed makes sense. But look at the headline below. This is set to fill. That means it takes up to available vertical space between the image and the description. If I make this card taller, the headline area expands. If I make it shorter, it compresses. It's responsive. The category tag at the top, that's set to hug. It's only wide as the text inside it needs to be. And more text, it grows. Remove text, it shrinks. Now here's where it gets really powerful. Let's look at the outer section at the bottom. This is a horizontal auto layout. The avatar, fixed at 40 pixels. The name and the date, hugs content. They only take the space they need. This means I can change the name and the layout automatically adjusts. Fill means take up remaining space. Hug means only take what you need. Fixed means stay this exact size. Mixing this creates intelligent adaptive designs. Here's a real-world example using these cards. If I want the entire card to adapt to different container widths, I would set the card itself to fill container instead of fixed. Now, it stretches or shrinks with the parent. But the internal structure, fixed image, fill headline, hug tag, stays perfectly balanced. Okay, this is the concept that clicks everything into place. Fill versus hug versus fixed. Once you understand this, auto layout becomes intuitive. Let me show you with the cards by toggling different settings. Watch the headline. Right now it's set to fill vertically. It takes all available space between the elements. If I change it to hug, it shrinks to exactly fit the text height. See the difference? Fill expands, hug contracts. Now the whole card currently is fixed to 330 pixels wide. If I change it to fill and my container is 400 pixels wide, the card expands to 400 pixels. If the container is 600 pixels, the card expands to 600. Fill means match your parent's size. But here's the power move. Minimum maximum widths. I can set this card to fill but add a max width of 450 pixels. Now it will expand on a larger screens but won't get ridiculously wide. It's responsive with the guardrails. Let's look at the category tag. They should always be hug horizontally. We want it to fit its text, but I can make it fixed vertically at 32 pixels for consistent height across all tags. You can have different settings for horizontal and vertical headlines. This headline might be hug horizontally so it doesn't stretch text widely, but fill vertically to expand available space. This combination is what makes professional polished layouts. Real quick, here's one advanced trick before we wrap. You can prepare responsive breakpoints by creating variants of your grid. Look at this. Same 6 block cards, 3 different container widths. Desktop container at 1200 pixels. Card stays at 313 pixels. Give us 3 columns with perfect gaps. Tablet container 768 pixels. Same 313 pixel cards, but now only 2 fit per row. The third one wraps below. Mobile container 390. Cards switch to fill width. We get one clean stack. Same cards, same auto layout, settings, different container widths. This is exactly how developers think about responsive design. When you hand this off, they will understand immediately how to implement breakpoints because you've designed the logic, not just the pixels. And that's it. Final grid of cards looking polished and professional. And that's it. 3 techniques that will transform how you work in Figma. 1. Grid systems using horizontal wrap and fixed cards widths. 2. Smart sizing. Fix for images, fill for content areas, hug for tags and labels. 3. Fill versus hug. Logic for intelligent component behavior. Stop manually resizing, start building systems that adapt. If this saved hours of work, smash that like button, subscribe if you want more Figma tips that actually matters, and drop a comment telling me what auto layout concepts you want me to cover next. Constraints, absolute positioning, whatever you're struggling with, I'll see you in the next one.